Okay, so I did say that I was going to come on and share my process of my currently inked. And this is all just kind of what's the word? Organic, that it makes it really hard to kind of explain the process, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna do it. So what I tend to do is have pages upon pages and notebooks upon notebooks where I swatch what I have inked in pens, and I have so many pens inked right now, so I'm trying to figure out which ones I'm going to clean this afternoon, and that is part of the long process. And I am at a point where I just want to have maybe 6 to 10 pens inked for the month, just because I want to actually use the pens and I want to use the ink, and I don't want to get overwhelmed. I am doing 30 inks in 30 days as well, but what I'm going to do with that is that I want to do, up until I run out of pens, I want to do the pens that I have already inked. And so I'm kind of ahead because I'm filming ahead of time. And so, yeah, and then I decided that for my purple, I want to just stick with this. And this is Diamine's Forever Smoky Mauve. And so I feel like right now this needs to circumvent and like make all these other ones go away. But because it is my birthday month, I have Wearing Gold Jane Eyre inked up, which is one of my favorite inks. And I've used it pretty much every November, which is really weird since I've had it. But I have it inked up in my Blue Moon, and I think there's quite a bit left. So I still haven't figured out if I don't know. I also have, see, this is my problem. This is what happens, is I find a color that I really love, and then I have it inked up in like very small variations. Like there is very little different. I mean, there is because Jane Eyre has a lot of different colors, but there's not enough variation that I really need both of these on top of this one, which I have inked, which is Washed Lavender by Birmingham Pen Co. So this is BPC Washed Lavender. And I see now why I am obsessed with Washed Lavender, because it's really close to Smoky Mauve. And yeah, it's just kind of like, this is my process. So what I want to do, and I'm probably not going to do this part on camera, is that this is part of the process of what I do. I have these are Irrefull paper, and I just cut a bunch of little squares of some plain loose paper that I have. And this is something that I do in my notebooks a lot, but I've been trying to find a way to not do this over and over, because I would just color and then I would experiment, color again. And so what I am trying to do lately is do these little squares. And I may not keep the squares later, although it would be kind of fun to see what I could come up with them. But then I have this process. I keep wanting to just write smoky, but it's Smoky Mauve. And then I will, so I'm not going to do them all on camera, but I will do this with all the pens I have inked, and then some of the ink hopefuls that I'm thinking of. And I want to narrow this down. I am going to narrow this down to just no more than 10 pens, because I just need to have less inked because I have been so overwhelmed. And so that is what I'm looking at. So this is Washed Lavender 1. This was their mess up. So yeah, it's very similar to Smoky Mauve. And so now I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable with the fact that I only have one bottle of this and I don't need any more, because I love Smoky Mauve, and it's a pigment ink, so it's permanent. So there we go. I will be back when I've got them all, the ones that I have all done, and then I might see like what I'm missing, what I have most of. We'll go through that. Okay, so this is what I have now all set up. As you can see, this is a lot of pens and inks, and when you look at a lot of them, they're real similar, quite a few of them. But so this is how I start the process. And I do want to, because one of the things that I realized just last night is that I want to add this ink because I was journaling with it and I was like, why haven't you used this in a couple months? I bought this a few months ago to go, I don't know, to go in a pen because that's why you buy ink, right? And I'm absolutely in love with this ink and I haven't used it for a couple months, so I want to. And that ink is Pannonia Patina. And so I want to see if it will go with whatever palette I do. So I'm just going to use my dip pen, or I just used my dip pen. Don't mind my kids if you can hear them. They're having their fun stay home day. That's what we call days that they don't go to school. It's a stay home day. No, not Petunia, Patina. Oh my gosh. See, I said Petunia earlier. I'm sure I did, but it's Patina. Patina. I cannot spell today. Okay. Pannonia Patina. Oh, so it does this, like, I don't know. I can't explain Pannonia Patina. It's a teal, but it does this really interesting shading. And let me see if I can find, I did my journal. Oh, where did I put my journal? Well, let me see if I can find it because I kind of want to explain why I'm loving this one and what I did and what made me fall in love with it and kind of what I'm thinking for journaling this month. Here's my journal. I printed out the new November Cat Collage Club stickers. I am in love with this one. Look at how cute it is. So I get online, I just started doing, again, online labels. I think it's like onlinelabels.com, but they have a clear, I wanted a clear kind of washi tape, but it's not washi tape. It's like, I can't explain it. It's definitely more filmy, but because I have a laser printer, some of the washi tape paper that I was printing on, the sticker paper wasn't, like the ink wasn't adhering because it has to be ink, not inkjet, but toner cartridges friendly. Like is it inkjet? I don't know, but I just know that I have a special laser printer, so it has to work that way. So I followed along with Micah Oatley last night and did my journal for November 1st. And I just loved this color scheme. And so I did use my dip pen last night because I didn't want to ink up another pen since I knew I've been going through my pens and I'm trying. But I kind of was inspired by November. November looked so pretty in her set that with that light pink and that blue that I thought Patina would look great, and it really does. And then this is I believe Yozakura. Yes it is. Is it? Yeah, it's my Yozakura with my Tom Studio. And I liked the Patina and the Yozakura, and the Tom Studio is just kind of like an extra. And then I used some Tombos for the other colors. But I just thought this spread turned out so beautiful. It feels like me. And we did soup day yesterday with my friend, and so I just wanted to journal about it, and I loved that. So when I look at these colors, so this is where my Yozakura is, and I think this one, for what I'm going for, this is too bright, so I am going to swap that out in my Tom Studio. I have it with the, let's see here, I have it with the, I think 0.8, the biggest fine liner you can get on it. And so I have it in a fine liner because I've been trying that out. But the steel blue is just, I think, too bright for what I want. So I'm probably going to switch that out and put in a different color. So that is an option. It's an option to do Pannonia Patina as a marker because I love, look at all that shading. It shades to kind of this darker, but then there's that yellowish and blue and gray. I really think this color is just, it's stunning. So that's what I'm thinking about. Maybe I do just do a brush tip with my Tom Studio, and these can be two that I color with for the month, because I do also have this. So I have this inked as well in a linen toolbar, or not linen toolbar, in a Tom Studio Ren with a bullet marker, because I really love coloring with this. So I decided to ink it up in a pen. This is my Asveen V126, and I inked it up in it. I really like it so far. I just inked this up a couple days ago. So that's where I'm kind of like, ugh, this is so mini. So I'm trying to like figure out what my non-negotiables, like this is going to be inked this month and what isn't, and then kind of go it from there. I just hate, when I look at this, I hate wasting ink, but what I can do, I think, well, not think, I know, what I can do is any of the inks that I still really like and I want to use, I will do in my 30 inks, 30 days. And that way I'm not just wasting all of the pen. I am doing a 30 inks in 30 days with it. So at least it's getting used. Especially if I haven't explored it yet. So that's like when I'm looking at Sailor Ink Studio 135 and Rose Pink. For what I'm going for, the softness, I don't feel like these are ones that I am going to want in this. I like to narrow down what I'm not feeling for sure. Also, Teranishi Gentle Green, I am not feeling, because I don't know if I'm feeling the stub nib in my Pilot Vanishing Point. So that's kind of where I'm at. And so then it's just taking them from there and figuring out which ones I'm going to use as a 30 inks, 30 days, and which one I'm not going to. So I think those three I will do 30 inks in 30 days with, so I can just set them aside and then put the pens and then do those for 30 inks. And then I have that, so I'm prepared rather than being like, oh, what ink should I ink up this today? It's already inked in a pen, and then I can clean the pen. And then it's like one pen a day rather than this big pile. This one I did ink, or I do have in this pen right here. I love looking at Wuthering Heights, so I colored it, but it is almost empty. Like I was lucky to get this, but it is full converter empty. So I'm just using it up. Yeah, it is empty. So I'm just writing it dry. And and that's the problem too, is I might have an ink that I want to put in this. So then it would kind of switch up things. So I'm trying to find the anchor colors, or the main colors. But that one, I don't know if I've done an exploration of Wuthering Heights. I just love it. So let's see here. I'm really into the moody grayish blues and grayish colors. And yeah, so there's all that. I'm trying to get them into regular. So this one is a cartridge, and which one is it in? Where did I put my cartridge of Yamabudo? In this. So this one I do think is going to be an outlier this month, and I do have it inked. So, but it doesn't really go with anything unless I were to do this with these three. Those three are lovely together. And this might be an option where I have like a tiny little limited palette that I work through for 1 week, because I do like all three of these colors. They speak to me, but they're the brightest on here. And then I would have like a small little limited palette that might be kind of fun to do a couple journal entries with. And see, this is why this helps. So then I can get those out of there. And I know which pens these are. This is a pen that I didn't do. So I didn't do a new pen day with this one. I found a great deal on this pen on Endless. I had been looking at this pen since before it launched, and I've wanted to try a bigger Pelican. And this one was, I got over $200 off. And I had a little bit of money because I didn't spend as much as I thought I would at the Colorado Pen Show. I had saved up money for months, so I got this guy. And this is my Pelican M600. And this one is currently inked with Ajisai. I wanted to try, because I've never tried a Pelican 18 karat nib. Is it 18 karat or is it 14 karat? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've never tried a Pelican. Is it 14? Does it say on here? I don't know. but it's a medium. This is the wettest writer I've ever had, and it is very smooth. I had a Pelican, what was it? The Pelican M205, and I hated it because it was too small. And for one, it was too small in my hand, and then the nib was bad the whole time. I'd gotten it on a really good deal. It was my first really expensive pen, or, you know, at the time I thought it was a really expensive pen, but I had gotten it and I just hated it. I'd never used it, and I was really disappointed, and I thought, oh, I'm never going to buy Pelicans. But people keep saying that, like, they don't love the M200s, but the 600s and the 800s, those ones are great. So I thought if I could find one for a good deal that I liked, I was going to do it. And this one I thought was such a classic color. I'm definitely not going to buy any more, but I had money saved and I got such a good deal I couldn't pass it up. Because the sale, or not the sale, but the deal, the pre-order deal was there right when I'd come home from Colorado Pen Show, and I thought it wasn't going to come very fast at all. I thought it would take a couple months because that's sometimes how Endless Pens does. But then I got the notification that it was shipping. I thought, what? And this medium nib is definitely more of a broad, but it is almost like a stub. And I don't know if that's supposed to be that way, but it almost writes stubby. It does kind of look stubby. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it does look kind of stub-like. So I don't know if that's a normal thing for Pelican. But I want to use this pen more. I put the Ajisai in it because it's one of my favorite Pilot Iroshizuku inks. So that actually, now that was a long explanation for that, but that actually works out because I have the inspired blue. I love Waterman's inspired blue, and sometimes I just miss it. Since I got it, I think I got it, gosh, when did I get it? I don't know, just a few months ago, maybe 6 or 7, a while ago. But when I don't have it inked in a pen for a while, I get sad. So I thought I would put it in my little Pro Gear Slim Mini and then have it inked up. And so I like using that color, but I think these three will be a limited palette when my currently inked comes. And this is just like one little limited palette, and then I have this. And this one, I like this. This is their their alloy vanishing point nib. I'm really sad that they're getting rid of them because they are actually really nice. I really like their alloy steel nib. I kind of want to get one more before they're gone because I know they're discontinuing those. Okay, so that's out. That is once. That's if I have an extra limited palette, maybe I can do 11 or 12 pens, but I'm really trying to keep it. Excuse me, I need a drink. Under that 10. So maybe what then I like to do, this is another thing that I like to do, and I don't know if I ever really do it, but I like to kind of get an idea. And I also have that book. I'm going to pull that one out too. I have that book I got in Denver. I'm going to throw these. This one looks, Vinta Liquid Sepia and Kitsune Biori look very similar to each other. I actually am surprised how close they are, except that Liquid Sepia has that really pretty shimmer in it. But I'll show you what I do. What I like to do is then I like to, and this is just a scrap piece of paper, I'm going to grab my Smoky Mauve because I like to do and see if I can find a Roy G. Biv like in all of those. So I like to do a rainbow, so I at least have a rainbow of colors. So then I do one red, one orange, one yellow, one green, one blue, one indigo, one violet, and then I like to do a neutral. And my neutral is my neutral is my brown, gray, or black. Now I don't know, and so what I'm wondering though this month is if my neutral ends up being my Smoky Mauve, because Smoky Mauve is on the grayish spectrum of purple. So that's what I'm kind of trying to decide. And so I'm looking at this this ink and this ink and this ink are so similar. So when you look at them, and so is cognac. I actually looked at this last month when I was doing this. I'm like, what are you doing, woman? You have 4 of the same ink inked up. Like when you look at them, let me cover up their names and put them together. When you look at them, there really is not that much difference in these inks. Is there? Like there really isn't. And I mean, they are subtly different. Like this one and this one have shimmer. That one's different, like the Nostalgic Honey, because if I put those next to each other, they are not the same, especially in writing. Not the same at all, but they're very, very, very similar. Very orangey, very similar. And I have the Star Child inked up. I don't have any more of it. I mean, obviously I have these all inked up, but I have Robert Oster's Skippity. I don't know if I did a 30 inks 30 days last month for this, and I know I haven't done that because that is a cartridge. So I think these ones I'm gonna skip, and then at least I have it narrowed down to 2 different oranges. So then I at least have like my options for orange. Then I don't have to ink anything new for orange besides those 2. And I can put here for my orange, I can put Nostalgic Honey. I'm going to put Nostalgic Honey or Star Child. Nostalgic or Star Child, yes. Nostalgic. Okay, so then I can set these aside for now because I'm really just trying to like pick what speaks to me. The only yellow I have is Octopus Baroque Charleston, and I did just ink this one. So I'm going to, if it works, I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to set that aside too, and I'm going to put Charleston. Let me grab the pens too, because what I also like to do is look at, I'm like, am I feeling the pens? So that's my Northern Gold. That's back in that. I've had that. That was what I had in when I first inked it. And then my Nostalgic Honey is in my matte black vanishing point, because I wanted to try it in there and see how much I liked having it in. I've been really using that matte black as almost like my daily driver. And then this has got the Star Child in it. I don't know if I ever talked about this pen either. This is one that was the last day of the Anchor sale, and I saw it and I thought, okay, this one is beautiful. It's the Christmas spice, and I thought for like to have it for the winter months would be really nice. So, and I don't have any orange pens except for my Asvine P20. That's it. So wanted an orange pen for those days that I really am feeling my orange inks. And oh my gosh, did I not swatch that one? Okay, so I just am discovering, I was like, wait, no, you have one more orange ink. But I think I decided that I wasn't going to, see, this is where I get into exceptions to the rule. So this is my Kaweco that I got at the pen show, and I did come home and love this pen so much. I was using it more than anything I bought. I did come home, and then I ordered from Van Ness the Kaweco's premium nib. It's a premium steel nib. They're $55, so I wouldn't do it for all my Kawecos. All sports definitely, but this is a medium, and oh my gosh, I cannot speak highly. I think these premium nibs are kind of hard to find, but it is just game changer. This may be one of my favorite pens now. I loved it before, and I'm going to talk about my Kaweco experiences in a video coming up. I don't know when I'm going to do it, so stay tuned. It's coming at some point, but game changer. I'm obsessed with this nib. It is so great. It's handling this Van Diemen's ink like nothing, like none other. But that's Van Diemen's Autumn Morning. It's one of my newest favorite inks, but look at all that shimmer in that nib. And it was like smooth sailing. Okay, anyway. So I am going to put that over there. But the thing with this one that I'm feeling with Autumn Morning is that I don't know if I'm going to put it in this because I kind of want to just write with it right now. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so red. See, this is where I struggle because red, I do have dominant industry maple, but red also could be pink. So that's where I'm like, my neutral, I do want to say my neutral could be smoky mauve. So I can take that out. Smoky mauve. There we go. All right. And I'm not going to put the pen there because this is the pen. All right. Smoky mauve is my neutral. Let's push these up. I'm actually cleaning out all my Diamine Forever except for this. I only think I have the one besides being in a Twisby. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. What else are we doing here? Okay. Now, the reds. So I would say that these three right here are my reds besides the dominant industry maple. And it's interesting how much redder this looks when it's in here and how much oranger it looks. I don't know, it's weird. Maple is such an interesting ink and I really like it. But then it's like, okay, if I'm trying to stay under 10 pens, this is where it gets really tricky because these are really different. So Rose Gilt Tint, I have in my Benu Flare. And I am loving this pen, and I've been writing it. I actually refilled this with Rose Gilt Tint again because it is such a wonderful experience to have this pen that handles this Rose Gilt Tint so well because it's beautiful. I did end up after, because my sample was old, so it had definitely evaporated. And so there was a lot of shimmer and it was still handling it. So I ended up buying a bottle of it. And I am just, I'm in love with it. And it looks very, I mean, it's not exactly, but I can see why, but it looks very similar, just a little bit darker than Kobe's Strawberry Chocolate, but with shimmer, with pink shimmer. It's beautiful. However, it's hard because I've had this already inked with this. I just love this pen. I really do. Yeah, the Haute Flare, and like this is so comfortable, so it's really hard for me to let this go, but I think I'm going to do 30 inks in 30 days with this. And if I decide later, like I find another really beautiful pink ink that I want to ink up with it, maybe I'll do that. But I think for now I'm going to let that one go, do 30 inks 30 days with it. So then I know those are my 30 inks 30 days pens are in like a pile on off to the side past these. So right, that makes it Sailor Mano Azuki, which is in this one. Dominant Industry Maple, which I believe is in this pen. Yes, which is in one of my Vanishing Points. And Kobe Strawberry Chocolate is in a pen that I just got. And like I will talk about all my All Sports, but this is the Rose Gold All Sport. I put strawberry chocolate in it because I thought it was perfect. Yeah, I love it. So this is what I come to. So Azuki doesn't have much ink left in it, and Azuki and Yozakura are really similar. So I think I will just write this one dry and clean it out. So I'll write it dry probably today so I can let this one go. Even though it was already in my notebook when I was, this was the pen I used to write that spread that I showed you with the illustrations and the patina. But yeah, I don't know, it's so hard because I want to use this pen more, but maybe if I decide I could put Pannonia patina in this pen, that actually might be a really good idea. So let's write this dry, put Pannonia patina in it. That's a really good idea. Okay, so I'm gonna make myself a note here. I could write dry, then Pannonia patina. This is just like, just so you all know, as I'm doing this, this is me doing this on camera, and so I'm talking it out, but I do this and I obsess over it for like weeks, especially if I know I have a theme. So when I used to get subscription kits, I would follow the subscription kits colors and do this and find this. So this is me being obsessive, where I'm like, oh, I want to use this color, and I love this color, and I love this color, but I want to use this pen, and it already has this pen ink in it, and it's very, very tough to get down to a science, but I don't think it really is a science. So yeah. All right, let's see. Ostrich Brook Blue. I think I am going to do 30 inks, 30 days with that one, because that one is really, really wet. I switched that out. Actually, I actually have that in my clean out pile. So I don't know why I'm not even going to do 30 inks, 30 days. It's so wet. It's just too wet in that pen. I even switched it to an extra fine nib. So it wasn't my nib in my Myers pen MK Petite. It wasn't the pen nib. It was definitely the ink. The ink is really wet, and I only got like a 10 milliliter. And I honestly, it looked a lot prettier on AliExpress. So I'm okay with. I might pass that one along because I don't know if it's for me. So I'm gonna put maple or strawberry chocolate. Okay. That's where I usually do 2 reds, so I'll do a red and then a pink. But I'm trying to be good here. Okay, so there we go. We've got all those. And let's see here. Now, green. Green. Look at this. I have 4 greens. De Atramentis Jane Austen, I don't think is going to make the cut, but I just refilled it again in my bone crusher like 3 days ago, and I still have this much ink left. So maybe I just keep writing with it and it's not in my currently inked, but that is going against what I want to do because I want to like have a reset with pens. So I'm going to set this aside for now. I don't know if I'm going to do maybe I should do just a 30 inks 30 days and then have a plan for that pen, my bone crusher. But I could also put my bone crusher up because I have been using it daily since getting it. All right, so then we have these. This is in this. This is in this. And this is in this. Okay, so this is Goreo, I don't know how to pronounce that, Celadon Green. This is Lemon Toolbar Ghost Plant, and this is Linen Toolbar Chemist Cypress. Okay. So which green? This one is almost too bright for what I feel I want to go with for some of this. Oh, and I guess I have Schneider Bermuda Blue too. That's kind of a greenish teal. I would put that in my greenish teal category, maybe. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, I think this one. But then I have some of those bright yellows and oranges. See, this is where I think I'm going to keep all 3 of these for now because there's only 3, but I'm going to let Bermuda Blue go. And I will do a 30 inks, 30 days with that one. Haha, look at that. And then these 3 can go here. All right. Let's see. So then I'm going to put Celadon, Ghost, or cha, but yeah, or cham, right? Okay, next color is blue. I have, this one's more a violet blue, but these are my 2 blues. I have a Waterley Star, and I have, where is this one? This one's in this one. Graf von Faber-Castell Violet Blue. I don't know. I don't know if I'm, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if I'm feeling either of these with everything else. I may need to find a different blue, which is a good thing. You know what? That's fine to be able to say, I can go through my other inks and find a different color. Okay. Indigo, the only indigo I have right now is Soleil Couche Étreté. And I don't even know if I would consider this indigo, but that's where I'm going to put it. And I think I have had this one inked so many times, but I think I'm going to ink a different pen with this because I got a full bottle of it. So I kind of want to ink it and try it out in a different pen since I have so many. And then my blue could be, I'm not going to put anything in my blue right now. And then my violet. This is where, this is where we have so many. So I have Sailor Ink Studio 252, Sailor Urameko Kangyu. No, that's not. You are not. You are wearing Ghoul Jane Eyre. You are Wash Lavender. You are Kangyu, and I spelled Kangyu wrong, but that's okay. And Nico Yanagi. And then over here, I have browns, and those are the last 4 pens. Or 5 pens? Are there 4 or 5? What's this one? Oh, that's my Teranishi. Okay, that needs to just go. So I only have 4 more pens after this. Okay, so this is my conundrum. This is where we get into this. So I really, my problem here is that I have all these pens that I want to write with. And these colors. So let's see here. This pen I don't want to write with. I want to switch the color, but so I want the color. I'm going to put that one in the cleanup pile because I know that I don't want to use that pen right now. I am not feeling it. Yeah. Oh, okay. And then this pen. See, that's hard part too, is I don't know if I'm feeling that pen either right now. I have been kind of in a weird, I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm in a weird nib phase where all I want is like smaller nibs. I don't know. I think medium nibs is where I'm at right now. But yeah, this is what I have so far for pens that I need to narrow. So I am narrowing it. And then these 4 too. And then these 2. That one I'm going to set off to the side because I got to decide if I'm going to re-ink this or if I'm going to put it away. But I do know I'm going to 30 inks, 30 days this, write this dry, and call that good. Okay, so I do know that. And so that's the hard part. So now, okay, so now let's see here. These are all the colors I have left. Let's put Pannonia where it needs to be, which is over here. That's a greenish bluish too, because that could be my blue. I just feel like I need an actual blue. Okay. Okay. Now those ones are over here, but I need to get it down to 9 pens. 9 pens, including my smoky mauve. Baby. 9 or 8 pens. Either way. Okay. Violet. All right. So, looking at the colors I have 1 yellow. That's it. I have 1 yellow. So maybe Miss Sophie McPike talks about hero colors. And that is talking about like having your 1 like bold color. Octopus Baroque Charleston is such a beautiful, beautiful color. It is. I can't describe it, but like I mean, you can look at it. Look at all that shading and that color. It almost looks like it glows. I love this ink. I've had it inked quite a bit. So this one, I feel like though, when you're looking at the rest of them, is really bright except for the other oranges. Yeah, the other oranges. Oh, so Van Diemen's Autumn Morning is so bright. It's almost the same as Nostalgic Honey, but Nostalgic Honey isn't as bright. But then when you put it next to Baroque Charleston, they look almost the same. Like all of these look very similar, but I wonder if they look that similar when you put them, yeah, they do. Okay, so see, these all look so similar, even looking there. Oh man, this is really tough. This is tough. Because I have to be like the final countdown, you know. Do-do-do-do. See, and this is where I struggle. I'm feeling this pen, but I don't know if I want to bring the Star Child into everything else. I don't think it really looks that great with everything else, which really helps. So maybe what happens is one of these inks moves into this pen. So yeah, but yeah, I want to use this pen. So we'll let that one go. Okay. After 30 inks, 30 days, that one. All right, but we did narrow it down to 3. So now we only have 2 reds. And I'm definitely feeling strawberry chocolate more. So maple, we're gonna 30 inks, 30 days that. There we go, okay. Now, which one does strawberry chocolate look best with? Really nice with that. I think these look really nice together, like always. But then we have those, I think those, let's see. See, those could look really nice too. Okay, so these 3 I'm still struggling with. Okay, put those off to the side. Now, this is the greens, the greens. Or blue. This one's such an interesting color. This almost, I don't know. Okay, so London to bar, Cami Cypress, right next to strawberry chocolate. I like that. I think it's because this is a very gray green. It is really pretty right next to it. And I could see doing a lot with that. Same with Ghost Plant. I love Ghost Plant. I just inked it. They all look good. So these are greens. These are great greens with strawberry chocolate. But I think I'm gonna put this one in the 30 inks clean out pile. So I can just keep, you know, I want to keep making this smaller. Pannonia Patina. I love that. Love that. Okay. So now we've got those down to 3. Okay. Which actually might not be too bad because then I can play around with these. Oh, now we get to the, and then we've got our 1 indigo. Okay. Then let's look at the browns. Because I don't know if I'm going to keep any browns, to be perfectly honest. I may keep this pen inked just because this is all the liquid sepia I have left from the sample I got from Janelion. So I may keep this one inked, but I may not use it. So this is browned and buttered. See, and this ink is so, like, how's it look? It is so shimmery. It is so shimmery. I feel like this one would be a really good December ink, and maybe that's what I need to write on it. December. So we're going to put 30 inks, 30 days. And I've got my Hot Toddy. Oh, I love this one. I love this pen so much. It's also this one, just a side note, this is a pen that I don't switch the nib out of. So this has the original nib and everything. So I do a lot of switching in my Banus, but this one I keep the nib in because that is just pure perfection in a pen. So I think liquid sepia is almost like, I don't know, I think it's so close in matching, and I wonder if Kitsune Biori, no, Kitsune Biori isn't going to do that, but I think Cafe Crema, if I'm going to keep a brown, I should keep Cafe Crema because it is different. But I do like that too. I think I am going to take this one. I've already done a 30 inks in 30 days with this one. So that's what's hard about this one. So I've already done a 30 inks, 30 days. So we'll just, I don't know. Oh, that's not going to go in there, is it? Okay. So I don't know what I'm doing with the Vinta Sepia, but I have these down. Okay, perfect. Okay, so then these two, I still am not sure. So we're going to just put those. So now the last thing is the violets. And this is where we struggle. Where we struggle. I say we as in me. Okay, because I've got my indigo and then violet. So violet, there are so many right now that I really, and I think they would all look really great. Like, how beautiful does that look? That's Jane Eyre and strawberry chocolate. Oh, love it. Wash lavender. Yep. Kangyu. Yep. Ink Studio 252. Yep. Niku Yanagi. Yep. And this is my, that's my permanent ink. So now, see, looking at this though, 252 and Smoky Mauve, at least on Aerofol paper, look exactly the same. So maybe what I should do is pull out one of my, this guy, my Midori. So this, no, that's Kangyu. That's Kangyu. This is this one. This is 252. I think it's 252. I might have the number wrong, but there's that one. And then here's Smoky Mauve. And I think that right there has sealed its fate because I know that Smoky Mauve has to stay. So 252, and then maybe I clean this out and put it up for the month, which is really tough because I have been digging my vanishing points so much, or I put a different ink in it later when I need a different ink. Okay. So now we've got that down because this one is not staying in that. This one is technically my neutral. I'm going to count it as my neutral right now. And then I've got washed lavender. Almost seems like it's pretty much the same as well, but it does different things on different pens because it's a Birmingham Pen Co. ink. Where did I have washed lavender? I had it in this guy. Yeah. See, on Midori paper, which is what I use the most right now, it looks exactly the same. So I have to remember this is Aerofol paper that I use because I wanted to see all the different colors and tonations. Yeah, these three colors are about the same, and I already have Smoky Mauve, so we are going to clean that out of my pen. So then, hey, look at that. These two could almost be blue, and where I'm not feeling these two, that actually I can pull those out, and then there we go. Okay, there, and then there's my purple. Look at that. I now have two that are gonna stay. So this is my purple, this is my pink, this is my neutral. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And then, okay, what looks better then with these? Am I looking for a more soft palette or am I looking for a little bit of contrast? I actually think I like the soft palette better. So by Robert Oster Cafe Crema. And then I can clean this pen out as well. I haven't done an ink exploration, but I can do that. Yeah, I just love Cafe Crema. Let's take a minute to look at that. Oof. And then, yeah, I don't know. This pen is such a joy to write with that maybe because this is in one of my Pilot Steel Vanishing, I can move this to this pen. But yeah, this is Robert Oster Cafe Crema. Robert Cafe is what I'm going to say. Yeah, it's such a beautiful ink, but it is, when you're looking at it, it is so much more saturated and bold and vibrant when I'm really going for the soft look. And I think that fits. Okay, so yeah, I think then I'm going to make myself a note, and I'm going to say switch to white vanishing point. That way I can clean this one out and put it away for the month. I don't have to have, just because I have them all doesn't mean I have to have them all inked, right? Okay. And then maybe, you know, figuring out which pens I can let go of as well might be that way a little bit easier. Okay. So now this one is one that I am considering. Oh, hey. Hey now. I wanted to put this in another pen, and I'm going to have 2 pens that I could put it in, or 3. So, look at that. I have to just decide. And maybe I could take, this is a medium 18 karat, maybe I could put it into this one. Yeah, I like that. Look at that. Look at me, I'm figuring this out. So this is how it happens, naturally and organically, but it takes time. It takes time and work, that's for sure. So Cafe Crema's over here. This is my Jane Eyre pen. This is my strawberry chocolate pen. The rest of these are still, this is my Kitsune Biori pen. That one's Dunzo. Okay, now, those are my oranges. This is going away because that was those are my other blue pens. So those can go away. And it acts as if like some of these, like my Vinta liquid sepia, I haven't bought a full bottle. And some of these I'm like, all right, you have a full bottle. If you just need to empty it out this time, let's just do it. Let's just clean these pens out. Okay, so now we are up to how many inks? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can only have 2 more inks. You know what? Let's take this out because this is my so I can have 3 more. Yes, which is my Rainbow Plus. My Rainbow Plus, this I wasn't counting this because it is my document ink. Okay, perfect. And I can also put one into my Tom Studio pen. Okay. Here we go, which is what I was thinking about doing with Pannonia Patina. That's actually what I should probably do since I already have a blue option and a green option. Okay, now we're going to take those away because those will not look right with these. This is my current palette. So it's very soft, very romantic. I am loving this aesthetic. So I want to make sure that the other 3 colors that I put in here really fit this soft, lovely, romantic palette really well. So now here's my greens. There's Ghost Plant. Oh, that looks so, I love that. Okay, now Chamacypris. Now putting Chamacypris right next to Soleil Couche, that looks almost the same. So maybe, what if we do this? Yeah, because then this one wasn't in a pen and I can put it away and then I can have those. But I also wonder if those are going to be too close. So we're going to keep that. Maybe you know what? I'm going to keep that right there for now. Okay. I do think Ghost Plant, though, if I'm going to do just one green, Ghost Plant is the winner. So there's my pen. There is my pen. Okay. Now, blues. This is Kangyu, and Kangyu can sometimes be purple. And Nico Yanagi is sometimes purple blue. So there are those. Looking at it, this is almost too bright. So I think it's Kangyu. So maybe what I do, because this is my Kangyu pen. So this one I pre-ordered, and this is my one of my newer acquisitions as well. Maybe I put Kangyu into this one, but the thing is that this has so much ink in it. So maybe I do keep it inked, but it might not. Maybe I have both of them. Okay, maybe I have both of them because I do want Kangyu, or I could put Kangyu in a different, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna consider that. We're gonna look at that, okay. They do both go really well with that too. But again, then it's really purple heavy, isn't it? It's very purple, bluey heavy, and there's not enough warmth when you have that. Yeah. And I do think I like Soleil Couche more. Okay. I really wonder if people are screaming at me as I'm doing this. What do you think, people? What do you think? Am I making the right choices? That looks really, I really do like the way that this all looks, because it is different than Jane Eyre. But then if you pull this, that's like kind of feels really good with this as well. See, I don't like that. I don't like that either. Maybe. What if we do this? Because see, I like those three together too. Those three. And how close is Kangyu? Now, this is where, yes, this is where this comes in. This is good, actually. So I'm still having to do this, but not on a full wide scale. But there is my Nico Yanagi. There is my Kangyu. Because this does such different things on different papers. It's so cool. I love this. I love the Euromeku inks. And then this is Jane Eyre. And Jane Eyre today has been looking really pink, and it's not pink at all. It's a grayish purple, but I wonder if it's just with the inks that I have it next to. Yeah, now see that? That is really lovely. Yes. Okay, so this is working out, because then you have a couple contrasts here with Kitsune Biori, and you have this really, really beautiful pinky. And then if I throw one of these in, you know, just switch it up, because I don't use the same, like all of the pens in one day, so I have to remember that. Now now we've got to throw in the bold and the beautiful orange. Okay, so I've got Nostalgic Honey. I love the way Nostalgic Honey looks, because it really does just bring out the warmth. Autumn Morning. Yeah, I don't love that. Like looking at it in person, but then looking at it in camera, I don't love that. So hey, Autumn Morning is going away. What? I love it still, and I still might keep it inked. Shh. I might cheat. Don't tell anyone, except I'm telling all of you. And Charleston. Whew, that is some decision making right there. I'm gonna have to think on this. So I will be back in the next clip. I'm gonna do a little bit of a writing sample to see how these play together, and then I'm not gonna make a final decision in this, but I might do like a sample or do like a little sample doodle page or something, but then I will show you, and then we'll see what in my currently inked what I go with. But I did want to go through the process of this, so I'll be back when I have all of my doodles done.